It's Friday night, but instead of hanging out with her friends, teenager Denise Burrows is working the night shift.
Thanks, Denise.
My position in the hospital was transportation. If they needed stretchers picked up and certain things or wheelchairs collected, we would do that. But my primary responsibility was mainly moving patients in and out and throughout the hospital.
I'll take it from here. They're done prepping Miss Lee's room, so if you want to go up to PACU and pick her up.
Okay, thanks.
And check her wrist ID this time, make sure we have the right patient.
Yes, right, I will.
Right after that, if you just want to head over to Emerge, they're prepping a body for you.
The morgue? Again?
This is a hospital, Denise. Oh, forgetting something.
I seem to always get stuck in one location in particular where they would send me, and that was usually the morgue. There was a policy that when you did this position, you should usually do it with another person, simply because of the weight of the stretcher. However, there was always shortage of staff, especially on the Friday and Saturday shifts.
A short-staffed hospital often means working alone, so it's a rare chance for some fun when Denise has a coworker to accompany her.
This was probably the once and only time I can actually get somebody to go with me as long as I wasn't going to the morgue. We were just taking the wheelchairs from one location to the other. And there was that closet space. And it was no more than maybe 10 more steps where the morgue was at the time.
It's really creepy in here. Let's put these chairs away and get out of here.
We had walked in to make room, and that's when that door decided to close. The door slammed shut all the way.
No way. The door's locked. Hey! Who locked the door? Let us out!
What's going on? Open the door already.
I can't. It's locked from the outside.
It was pitch black in there. We really couldn't see each other too well.
Hey! Who closed the door?
It was terrifying to be trapped in that dark room. There was no one around ever in that hallway. It was just a miracle that somebody actually walked by.
What the hell is going on in here? We're short-staffed upstairs.
The door, it closed and it locked.
Okay, well, get back to work.
Pretty much got accused of playing around in the hospital, but we weren't. They couldn't figure out how we got locked in there.
But Denise has little time to recover from her ordeal before she's hit with another unenviable task.
Hey, Denise. Could you head up to 705? They've got a body ready for you to take to the morgue.
Can it wait till Josie comes back?
Let's not keep them waiting, yeah?
There was nobody else to go down, and so it was my responsibility to take this patient from the floor and bring them down to the morgue. As the elevator was making its way down, it suddenly stopped. There had been times before where the elevators would get hung up, and sometimes you would get caught between floors. I'm in here and getting a little apprehensive about what's going on. They were sending maintenance to where I was, but by the time anybody got there, the elevator started to move on its own. was kind of just eerie. You know, it was a very sad place to be. It was very cold. I was able to see my breath. The temperature went from one extreme to the other very quickly. It was definitely a child. The door didn't want to open. And I kind of panicked for a second because I thought I was stuck in the morgue. There was nobody else around. It was dead quiet. It scared the bejeebies out of me.
There are many accounts of morgues being haunted, which makes complete sense when you consider the sheer volume of dead bodies that are moved in and out of those locations, usually in hospital basements. What happens to the spirits of the newly deceased? Some move on to the next life, but others seem to linger, unwilling or uncertain of how they can move on.
It's a new shift, but Denise can't forget what she saw the night before.
Whatever this was, it wanted me to see it. I made sure I had a key, and I went down there. And I hesitated for a second, but I went ahead and I opened it, and I went in. I felt fear, but I also felt other feelings. I just felt like I needed to go back in there. I took the sheet and I uncovered the bed. And when I did, I identified exactly what I saw the night before that was in that full body apparition. And when I looked in the bed, I noticed a blanket. And the blanket was down towards her feet. At that moment, I got a very overwhelming feeling of emotion. I was very sad. It really just hit home. And I just felt very compelled to reach in and to take my hand and to pull that blanket up over her.
Many kids have a security blanket. It is their shield against all the scary things of this world, particularly strangers, things to fear. That blanket was the little girl's protection against the bad things, and she clings to it even in death.
There was a sense of peace knowing that I had done the right thing by covering her, and I think that might have been what she wanted all along. Cold, cover me. And that's exactly what I did. I, without a doubt, felt that that was the beginning of something else for me, because I had always been very sensitive, able to pick up on people's feelings, able to just be more in tune than maybe the average person. For me, it was a very eye-opening experience, but it was something that I almost felt like I needed to experience. It was the beginning of something else for me.